Nearpod, a tool review. The following video will cover Nearpod's features and functionality, ease of use, performance and reliability, integration and compatibility, pros and cons, and its potential uses in the classroom. What is Nearpod?
Nearpod is an interactive lesson delivery software that combines games and activities to boost student engagement and understanding. Nearpod is appropriate for all grade levels and age groups, providing lessons for pre-K all the way up to university-level classrooms. Nearpod is applicable to asynchronous, hybrid, and even synchronous or in-person teaching and learning. Nearpod aims to reduce the lesson creation time for instructors by providing thousands of customizable lessons that are ready to teach at any moment. Nearpod has a 3-tier membership system: Silver, Gold, and Platinum, all with their own levels of storage, customization, and the amount of students allowed to attend a lesson. The Silver free tier allows for 40 students to attend your lesson and minimal storage for your lessons. The Gold tier starts at $10 a month and allows for 50 students to attend your lesson and does increase in storage and customization as well. The last tier, Platinum, starts at $29 a month and allows for 75 students to view your lesson, and it also increases the amount of storage you have through your dashboard in the app. Lastly, districts and schools can contact Nearpod to get a customized quote to apply Nearpod to their entire school or their entire district. The features and functionality of Nearpod include a free app and browser access for both students and teachers. Teachers and instructors are able to create self-paced lessons that students can take on their own time at their own pace, or interactive lessons that are projected on the board as you teach. With over 22,000 customizable lessons, teachers and instructors can search by subject, state standard, or learning objective to find lessons that fit their needs. Nearpod offers 9 different assessment types to input into your lesson. A few examples of these are open-ended questions, quizzes, polls, drawing activities, mix and match, and multiple choice. Nearpod provides real-time feedback on student participation and understanding. When a student answers an assessment question, you are notified of their answer to check their understanding and whether or not they have participated in the assessment. If instructors are having a hard time using Nearpod or need more ideas on how to use Nearpod in their classrooms, Nearpod offers a help support blog as well as a creative blog to boost ideas on how to use Nearpod in the classroom.
Nearpod's user experience.
Nearpod is fairly easy to use. Those familiar with Google Slides or Microsoft PowerPoint should feel familiar with the Nearpod customization interface. With that, Nearpod makes it easy to find lessons that fit your subject and objective needs. Nearpod allows you to preview your lessons before sending them out to make sure that they're customized to your liking. You can use pre-made lessons that Nearpod has created for you, or you can create your own from scratch or using their template. Instructors can add lessons to their dashboard and easily send out an access code to their students before the lesson.
This is the user dashboard for Nearpod. This is where you'll be able to see all of the classes that you've added or customized. You can choose to participate in live mode or in student-paced mode. Once you select a mode and start a session, an access code for your student should pop up, and they can type that into their own device. This is what the lessons look like. This one is for back to school. If we click through, we can see that there's questions that students can answer live. You can switch between student and teacher mode to see who hasn't answered yet. As we click on, here are some other examples of ways that you can customize your slides. When a video starts to play, you as the teacher can choose to play it, or you can instruct students to play it on their own. As we click through, we see more activities and questions that students can answer.
And this is performance and reliability. Nearpod is created for distance learning, hybrid learning, and in-person learning by focus on streamlined instruction and boost engagement, empower teachers with a limited access, strengthen instructional consistency and collaboration, maximize impact with even more features, and increase teacher adoption of Nearpod. in which Nearpod website is designed to be convenient and easy to access to resources by providing websites for webinars, how-to videos, articles, lessons, community, and etc. for teachers, school administration, and students to improve the quality of the learning performance in the classroom. Integration and compatibility. With integration and compatibility, Nearpod offers an optimized learning journey that combines streamlined process, advanced security features, and enhanced user authentication, such as Canvas and Google Classroom. In addition, Nearpod lessons are built in partnership with trusted brands, such as Common Sense Education or Learn Zillions.
Nearpod's pros and cons.
Hi, I'm going to talk about some of Nearpod's pros and cons. One of the benefits is that teachers can really create engaging, interactive lessons for students that include different activities to keep students engaged, particularly for topics that might not be so interesting or that might be too difficult. This is a way of getting students hooked into the lesson. Another benefit for teachers is that it gives them real-time feedback. Some of the features are polls or multiple choices where teachers and students are seeing how they're doing in real time, so you don't have to wait for that feedback. Nearpod provides diverse content. Depending on what access to Nearpod a teacher may have, you have access to various lessons across all subject matters and across all grade levels. So you can look up different lessons and see what's already pre-built and use that lesson. You can even edit those pre-built lessons to really customize it for you and your students. Another benefit is that students are collaborating and working together in this platform. There are different activities that encourage students working with one another to complete a task. And my favorite benefit of this is the data analysis it provides. After every lesson, you can go and pull a report to see how students did on the lesson. It looks at every individual student and how they did on each component of the lesson. I have used these reports to then see which students understood the lessons, which students need a little more help, and I can pull those students for small group instruction. There are some cons. The main con is that it costs money. I am fortunate that my school district pays for my access, but there was a time there where the district decided to not pay for Nearpod because many teachers were not using it. But my department decided to pay for it for all teachers of English learners. There is a free version of Nearpod. It has access to a lot of the great features. You just don't get as much access as you do with the paid version of Nearpod. Another downside is that it has a learning curve. So a lot of teachers didn't use Nearpod because they didn't have the time to learn how to use the platform. So in order for it to be successful, a teacher really needs to invest the time to learn how to use the program, or schools need to provide PD for teachers and let them look at the platform and navigate it so that they feel comfortable using it and implementing it. And another downside is that you really are dependent on technology. You're dependent on your internet connection. You're dependent on students having access to devices. In my current school, each student has their own device. So all 1,200 students are 1,200 Chromebooks here. But that's not the same across the district. So navigating technology and access to Chromebooks or iPads, that's another challenge with this platform. But overall, I am someone who loves using Nearpod in the classroom. I use it 1 to 2 times a week. I don't use it every day. I think every day would be a little too much and students would get a little bit bored of Nearpod. But it's been great for my students and they really enjoy exploring Nearpod.
Use in the classroom.
Nearpod has many uses in the classroom. Teachers are able to create engaging lessons, quizzes, assess student learning in real time, use reports for reteaching purposes, and to promote peer collaboration. In my own classroom, I use Nearpod and have used Nearpod for the last almost 4 years now, at least once or twice a week. I mainly use it to really engage students in new topics. So whenever we start a new topic, we have a Nearpod lesson that has all the bells and whistles and all the features that the kids love to get them hooked into the topic. Another way I use Nearpod in my own classroom is the reports. There are times where we have so many students in the classroom, and pulling report and data analysis and like creating those reports takes so much time, but Nearpod takes that time away. I try to build lessons and points in the lessons that will come up on the report. So then when I just look at the report, I can see how students did on each point of the lesson. And I can then group students accordingly to who needs reteaching or who needs more of a push. My other favorite part about Nearpod is that students are really engaged in it and they collaborate with one another. They love working together. They love using some of the features in teams. They love playing the games on Nearpod. So they're really interested in it. And I think that just gets them more drawn into the lesson and really understanding it. So those are just some of the ways that I use Nearpod in my own classroom.
Conclusion. Nearpod is an interactive lesson delivery software that aims to reduce lesson creation time for instructors and to increase engagement and student understanding by including games and activities inside the lesson. Nearpod is relatively easy to access and is relatively cheap, with subscriptions from $0 to $29 a month. Nearpod works with all of your existing technology that you use in your classroom, and instructors can choose from over 22,000 customizable lessons to fit their classroom needs. Though access to internet and devices for students might be a struggle for some instructors, we still think that Nearpod is a decent interface that could be helpful with increasing student engagement in every classroom.